Before we start to talk about hydrogen energy today, I just want to have a little conversation with you on an observation. I'm someone who believes greatly in history because the institutions that are valuable to us today were set up under historical circumstances of the past, such as the United States SEC, which was set up in the 1930s to prevent another Great Depression. So why does the discussion of institutions matter in a video about hydrogen energy? In 2017, when I started writing and making videos on this channel, the trends were already very clear. As far as I'm concerned, the fossil fuels is going away. In China, the government was guiding the investment into solar energy, and in Europe, policies had already been discussing reaching carbon neutrality by 2050. And last year, the United States money interests were convinced of the importance of building clean and green industries because company stocks like Tesla, NIO, and Xiaopeng started skyrocketing through the roof. Finally, the biggest piece of the puzzle, the United States is now convinced of a future that is built upon clean industries. This shows to me the differences between the style of governance of the world we're living in and how long it takes for innovation to happen. And I'm really glad to be ahead of the curve on this, seen the light in 2017, and I have contributed in promoting green energy since 2017. For those of you who are with this channel since then, I'm happy to say that you're also an innovator on the adoption curve, on the product adoption curve ahead of most people. As of today, EV sales are at 3 million per year, which is less than 10% of the total car sales, so we're still in the early adopter phase. No more hesitation, take your choices. All right, coming back to the topic of today, hydrogen cars. How does it work? Is it a scam? How has it lost to EVs in the last decades? Let's dive in. First, let's talk about hydrogen fuel cells, which is a key piece of technology for fuel cell electric vehicles. Just like any car, hydrogen cars are also energy conversion machines. For an electric vehicle, electric energy stored in a battery is used directly to power an electric motor, which converts electrical energy to kinetic energy and moves the car. In a hydrogen vehicle situation, hydrogen is the energy carrier that is converted to electricity, which drives an electric motor and moves the car. As we can see here, the power control unit and the electric motors are similar components that could be used both in battery electric vehicles and fuel cell EV. A fuel cell stack is what converts hydrogen into electricity and drives the car. Now, the prospects of hydrogen technology in the consumer vehicle sector. I did not want to start this analysis on a negative note, but sadly, it is true. The trend is clear. In the mobility vertical, hydrogen cars are losing. As of 2020, the world's total car sales are 52.6 million, with China contributing 20 million, and EV sales are only at 3 million worldwide. So EVs are just a fraction of the total vehicles sold. But how many hydrogen cars are sold in 2019? Take a guess. 7,500 cars. And I'm not missing zeros. Only 7,500 cars. I double-checked the number with Statista. The numbers are comparable. This sales numbers indicate plainly to me that the push for hydrogen cars has failed disastrously. Consumers have bought into the battery electric vehicle market and are not yet educated on hydrogen cars market. What's more dire is the situation for support infrastructure. ICE cars need gas stations to refuel. EVs need electric charging stations to recharge, and likewise, hydrogen cars also need hydrogen fueling stations. As of December 2020, the US has close to 100,000 electric charging ports in over 30,000 locations. There are around 150 gas stations as well. The number for hydrogen refueling station in the United States is 43. It is safe to say that if you're an ordinary American looking to buy a car, you can cross hydrogen cars off of your list. Digging into an old article in 2010, it was projected then that hydrogen car sales would reach 2.8 million in 2020, and of course, this ambitious projection did not work out. But why? The reasons can be summarized in 3 factors: consumer demand and infrastructures, energy efficiency, and most critical of all, timing to enter the market. I've already talked about the infrastructure problem earlier. It is important for any consumer product to offer a holistic service, no one would buy a car that takes great effort to refuel. Additionally, for the 43 refueling stations in the United States I've mentioned, all of them except for one is based in California, which means hydrogen cars are not usable in most part of the United States, not to mention the high cost. But the factor I want to talk about more is energy efficiency. Hydrogen is less energy efficient in the production process compared to electricity. Its well-to-wheel ratio is only 38%, which means with a total of 100 watts worth of energy through hydrogen generation, compression and transportation, and fuel cell conversion, only 38 watts of energy are left. The same metric for electric cars is 80%. This means, according to BMW, the overall efficiency in the power-to-vehicle drive energy chain is therefore only half the level of an electric vehicle. As we move towards a green future powered mainly by solar energy, we do not want to waste half of the energy on hydrogen conversion. Battery electric vehicles, hence, is a more efficient choice. Safety is another concern. For example, a hydrogen liquid tank must be pressurized, and when it is hit and punctured, hydrogen becomes gaseous and escape. But what if this happens in a tunnel where the hydrogen gas is trapped? This paper shows you that it is dangerous. Both safety and efficiency problems can be seen as the difficulties in technology development. These can be solved through continuous innovation, but it will take time and investment to reach the desirable level. This leads me to my last point, timing. Timing to me is the singular most important factor for any business. Hydrogen cars lost because its technology is being developed too slowly. The earliest prediction of hydrogen cars technology to be competitive in terms of price is in the 2030s. But as we know, battery electric vehicles are already eating up market share in the mobility space, which means more profits to reduce cost and improve offering. The opportunity window for hydrogen car is closed. Just like Snapchat was the result of the 4G infrastructure and Metaverse is the result of the 5G infrastructure, ride-sharing's opportunity window is in the early 2010s. Once an incumbent technology gained enough market share, it's virtually impossible to compete against them unless there is a new technology breakthrough that offers a better product. And in the case of hydrogen car, it's not a better product. However, this is not to say that hydrogen technology is a failed project. In fact, hydrogen still holds the key to many answers to our environmental problems. It's just no longer a strong contender in the consumer vehicles market, based on my analysis. If you have different opinions, I'd like to hear them below. All the reports and sources I cited in this video are featured in my newsletter Disrupted. Check it out below. I'll see you in the next one.